You passed the exams. You got the degree. You work hard. So why does your bank account not reflect how smart you actually are? This is not a motivation video. This is a surgery. And before we're done, something in the way your brain processes money is going to be exposed. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Here's what nobody tells brilliant people. Your brain can become your biggest financial prison. Smart people overthink opportunity. They research until the window closes. They need certainty before they move. And money? Money doesn't wait for certainty. Money rewards motion. You've felt this before. You finally save a little money, then suddenly your brain freezes. You stare at the account wondering, should I invest this? What if I lose it? What if this fails? What if I regret this later? So the money sits there, not growing, not multiplying, not changing your life, just sitting there. And you call that being responsible. But maybe it's fear wearing the mask of intelligence. You've been trained your entire life to avoid being wrong. In school, wrong answers have consequences. But in wealth building, the person who tries 10 things and fails 7 still beats the person who waited to try the perfect one. This is called analysis paralysis, and it's the silent assassin of smart people's financial potential. Your intelligence, ironically, is what's holding the trigger. The neuroscience backs this up. High-functioning brains often show stronger activity in regions associated with error detection and conflict monitoring, which means the smarter you are, the louder the alarm bells ring before you take a financial risk. You're not just cautious. Your brain has been conditioned to freeze in uncertainty, and the world quietly profits from that freeze. Your hesitation is someone else's profit margin.
Let's talk about something uncomfortable. The gap between the rich and the poor is not primarily a money gap. It is a knowledge gap. And most people don't even realize they're inside it. Financial literacy is rarely taught where most people grow up. Not deeply, not practically, not early enough. So people enter adulthood knowing how to pass exams, but not how money actually behaves. One child grows up hearing investments, assets, ownership, equity. Another child grows up hearing, we can't afford that. Money is hard to make. Rich people are greedy. Both children absorb these ideas before they're old enough to question them. And years later, both call those beliefs common sense. The rich man's child grows up around conversations about leverage, investing, and ownership. The poor man's child grows up learning survival. Neither child chose their environment, but both environments shape the brain. And here's the neurological consequence of that. When your brain has never been exposed to a concept, it struggles to generate it naturally. You cannot think thoughts your environment never gave you vocabulary for. The knowledge gap is not just financial, it is cognitive. Different environments create different mental models of reality, and different mental models produce different lives every single time.
There is a term I want to introduce you to: mental bankruptcy. Mental bankruptcy is not about how little money you have. It is about having money and not knowing what to do with it. It is the paralysis that happens when financial opportunity meets financial ignorance, and ignorance wins. You ever had a little money in your account and just froze? Not because you were strategically saving, but because you genuinely didn't know the next move. That blank feeling, that confusion, that, what do I even do with this? That is mental bankruptcy. Your brain operates through something neuroscientists call predictive processing. Your brain constantly predicts the safest next move based on past experience.
But if your past contains no examples of wealth-building behavior, your brain has no map for financial growth. So it defaults to safety. It defaults to familiar. It defaults to survival, even when survival is quietly suffocating your future. Mental bankruptcy is not laziness. It is a brain trying to navigate territory it was never shown. And it is not entirely your fault, but it is your responsibility. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone less intelligent than you is taking action. They're failing publicly, learning publicly, growing publicly. And 10 years from now, society will call them successful, while you will still be preparing. Preparation can become a prison. The world does not only reward intelligence, it rewards movement. And until your brain learns that uncertainty is not always danger, you will continue mistaking hesitation for wisdom. Next episode, we're going to talk about the people who are supposed to help you build wealth and why your brain trusts them far more than it should. You've been watching the Neurohuman Systems, where we don't just talk about success, we talk about the neuroscience of becoming someone success is inevitable for.